I don't know if you remember this. We met and went and ate Mexican, and
Yeah.
then we drove out. I was living on a houseboat on Percy Priest Lake, and I was like, yo, you want to come, hang out at the crib? Mitch was like, yeah. We drove into Marina and got on the boat I was living on, and we just hung out right there and talked shop, talked music, talked life, and started writing some songs. And 15 years later, something like that.
It's crazy, isn't it? Hey y'all, welcome to Make the Cut. I'm your host, Mitch Rossell. We're here at Twin Chimneys Golf Club, AKA my man cave, home simulator. We have a good buddy of mine in the house today. This guy, if you've ever heard of Luke Combs, he just wrote a big old #1 for Luke Combs. And he's a great player, got a ton of speed with the driver, loves to play golf, heck of a talent. Please make welcome my buddy, Mr. Reid Isbell. Reid.
What's up, pal?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, big dog?
How you doing, man?
Chilling, man.
God, I love your golf swing.
Thanks for having me out here, dude.
Oh, dude, thanks for coming, man. You got to start off, dude. Tell everybody the story of how we met. First time we hung out. I love hearing this whenever you tell it about the marina and.
Oh yeah. Well, I went to when you move to Nashville and you're trying to be a songwriter, you don't really know where to start because you don't know anybody, you know. And I had my brother and some other folks, but my brother took me to BMI and I met with Leslie Roberts and I was like, who are some other like new writers in town, artists in town trying to do the same thing I'm doing? And she was like, well, there's this one guy that I love and y'all seem to be of, the same similar kind of people. She was like, his name's Mitch Rossell. And I was like, dope. So I don't even know, it was like a phone number maybe, I called you.
Yeah.
And we met, I don't know if you remember this, we met and went and ate Mexican. And then we drove out. I was living on a houseboat on Percy Priest Lake, and I was like, yo, you want to come, hang out at the crib? Mitch was like, yeah. We drove into Marina and got on the boat I was living on, and we just hung out right there and talked shop, talked music, talked life, and started writing some songs, and here we are.
I'll never
15 years later,
dude,
something like that.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's been a while.
It's so cool. I'll never forget too. I think we were driving in your car and you were smoking. I think they were Black and Miles, and you were.
Bro,
I said, man, how long you been smoking? And you go, man, I just started. I'm like, well, what'd you start smoking for? You're like, man, I'm trying to get my voice a little more raspy.
Yeah. First meeting I ever took in Nashville, they were like, you got a real pretty voice. Have you ever smoked cigarettes? And I was like, no. And they were like, well, that can rasp your voice up a little bit. And I was like, gas station, first gas station I get. It blew because crushes.
Oh, dude,
and I'd
there
crush
you go.
and get the menthol, get that extra rasp.
That's right. I was cracking up, man. That's so awesome.
It didn't work, by the way.
Dude, you've written songs for Lainey Wilson, Jon Pardi, just had a big old #1 with Luke Combs.
Thank God.
Dude, did you ever see this?
Man, it's weird. I don't know that I saw it this way because I think I wanted to be an artist and I wanted to be an artist before I got to town. And so I always saw myself doing something bigger than my little small town in Savannah. And I didn't know what that was. I just always felt a pull and now I know it was a call to come to Nashville. And yeah, man, I guess my whole thing is just like I try to run through open doors and turn away when they're closed and go the other way. I feel like I've done that so far, and I knew I was gonna do big things. I believed that I was gonna do big things, and I think that's part of getting to be able to do big things one day is just having that mindset that there's no plan B to not move back home and to keep grinding until you feel like you've satisfied that whatever that is in you to do it. So yeah, I don't honestly, man. I feel like I've got more to go. I'm so blessed and to be where I'm at, but yeah, I feel like there's more songs coming my way, and I'm very blessed with the ones I've had cut so far.
Couldn't agree more. You're a talented dude. I've always loved your voice, your sound, everything
Back
you
at
do.
you, bro. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's funny, man. I heard a producer buddy of mine that I've cut some songs with said this to me one time, and when he said it, you're probably gonna have the same reaction I did. He goes, the one thing all successful people have in common, and I'm thinking, man, perseverance, grit, all these, what are these buzzwords we all hear? Yeah. And he said, nope. And he said, they never quit.
No doubt, man.
And that's it, man. It's just just keep showing up.
Bro,
like you said,
and you're part of this. What this thing I'm about to say is you're an example of that with me. I feel like, and my other buddies is like the day. I mean, you were one of the first people I met in town, and there's only a select. I was writing songs with Mitchell Tenpenny in class at MTSU around that same time period, and that's been what's 2024, 12 years ago, something like that.
Dude.
And I've met so many people along that way that move into our class the kind of the same time in town. And dude, the ones that are succeeding and doing it now are the ones that didn't move back home or quit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And dude, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If that's you feel like you need to do it, go do it, man. But like, yeah, I feel like the ones that are just now hitting their stride in town and gaining some traction and momentum and having some success are the ones that didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, dude.
Just kept our head above water enough to you know, like this for literally for me on a houseboat for a while, till you know, and as you grow and as your class, you know, if we were the freshman class then, maybe we're sophomores or juniors now.
Yeah.
As you succeed, I succeed. And as I succeed, you succeed. And as your buddies start having success, you just rise with the crop, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's, you know, I feel like that's where we're at.
100%, man.
Pretty cool to see.
Couldn't agree more. It's been pretty neat
It's fun, dude.
See buddies like you,
No
other
doubt.
buddies that I've had, like you said, that you met early in town.
Yeah.
I've got a buddy, Ben Stennis. He's a little bit older than us, but not much.
Yeah,
but
man.
he was kind of coming to town.
No doubt.
A little bit before I did. We wrote early on.
Got him a Grammy now, dude.
Yeah, and now
Song of the
he
Year.
just got his first #1.
Yeah.
I think it was last year.
Yeah.
And it ain't because he wasn't incredible. He has
always been
tons of
incredible.
great songs.
No doubt.
Let's hit some shots,
Let's
dude.
go,
All right, this is
bro.
our par 3 challenge, man. We got 9 holes, some of the most iconic par 3s in the world.
Love it.
We're starting with Pebble Beach #7.
I birdied this, by the way, last year. I birdied this hole.
I like it.
Only
Birdie #7 at Pebble, dude. You can't. It's going to be hard to top that.
All right, I'm not hitting a 7-iron. Do I need to grab my club?
Yeah, you probably don't need a 7 for this one, bud. What are you thinking? 109 downhill. It's probably playing about 99.
Yeah, I'm gonna
98.
hit kind of like a 85% 54 degree.
You got a really light wind behind you, not much. May add a few yards to the shot. So I mean, it's probably playing 95, something like that.
I got that shot.
You got that shot?
I got that shot.
Let's
dude.
see it. Oh, it sounded crispy.
Could be good, Mitch.
Sounded crispy. Just get down. Get
Drilled
down.
it. Too good.
The old steroid jerk.
Dang.
14 yards for the first shot. That was pure, though, buddy.
Yeah, I hit that
That
one.
was pure. Yeah. I tell you, coming on this show, your adrenaline starts pumping, man. This is a really
We playing it out?
no, just your first shot.
Okay.
I understand why you're nervous. We're a big deal here, and I know your adrenaline's pumping
Well,
right
there's
now.
a little bit of knee shaking in that thing right there.
Talking to me is intimidating. I understand that. So, Pebble Beach #7. We got a pure shot, a little deep, but not tragic. 14
What did that one
yards.
fly?
That flew 107 based on what the quad's telling us here.
Gotcha. Oh, the 19th hole.
The 19th hole, Paynes Valley,
Beautiful.
the Tiger Woods course in Missouri. Such a cool concept to put this 19th hole in my opinion.
Bro, it's the coolest, man. Look at
I haven't
this.
played this. I've got a buddy that played it. He said it was epic. So hopefully I can get out there and check it out. Maybe we'll get to do it together at some point. So before you hit your shot here, we got 116 downhill 5 yards. You've written with some big names. Most recent #1 you've had here is Luke Combs, The Kind of Love We Make.
Yeah, man.
So you've also written with a lady named Lainey Wilson, who's killing it right now as well.
I mean, there ain't a star out there that's flying faster than she is.
I'm telling you, she's killing it. So
she's killer.
How do they? I think you know they're going to have some similarities probably in the room, but how are they similar and different in the room, Luke and Lainey?
Everybody's unique. You know, there's things that they do great, things that other people do better than them. But one thing I love about Lainey and Luke, that similarities is they let the room determine what it's going to be. There's not a set thing in their mind that they say, hey, I've got to write it like this. I think they both understand, and they grinded just like we did to get here. And I think they both understand that they're sitting in the room amongst great songwriters, and they let those great songwriters dictate some of the things that the song's going to be. And I've written with a lot of artists that just this is the way they want it to be, this is the way it's going to go. And some of those turn out great, but sometimes you get cornered. You can get cornered and not let the song go where the song wants to go. And Luke and Lainey both have a really good idea of where the song wants to go, but they're not so dead set that it has to be that way, to not let the song breathe in the right way.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I feel like I could learn from that. I can be too dominant in the room, I think, sometimes as an artist.
Sure.
I wrote by myself so many years, I think.
Absolutely.
And you just naturally do that.
Yeah, and honestly, I could probably be more stern in saying, hey, I think I can be easily talked out of a line.
Sure.
Just to appease somebody.
Yeah.
But if I have a conviction about, that line needs to be this, sometimes I kind of shy away. So it goes both ways.
I feel like that's a really great mark of a great artist writer, though, is knowing that line.
Yeah.
And I think knowing Garth as well as I've gotten to know him, I think he's really good at that. It's delegating your weaknesses.
For sure.
Too,
No doubt.
A lot of times it's like,
that's why
outside of even writing, outside of writing.
Totally.
Find people that are better than you at this, and this.
No doubt.
Let them rise the whole thing up, right?
No doubt.
That's such a great mark of a great leader, artist, people that are successful. You see that a lot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and in their own right, both of them are, another thing is they're just great writers, dude.
Yeah.
Like both of them are so great writers, such great writers, and have grinded and sharpened that knife in the room and cut their teeth with baby songwriters all the way up to now they're writing obviously with the greatest songwriters in the world, literally.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So when did you first start playing golf? Who got you into the game?
Man, I've been playing ever since I can remember, and it was my dad.
Okay.
And he was never like a great golfer and never grinded at the sport or really made me grind, but I can remember when I was little, there's a guy named I can't remember his last name, but his first name was Danny, and he went to our church. He bought me my first set of clubs, and he was a really good, Danny Wells was his name, lefty, played a big hook, cut, I guess, for him. It'd be a hook for us.
Yeah, okay.
But he'd line up so far right of the fairway and take that banana slice and put it in the middle every time.
Always put it there.
And just loved golf. He loved the sport. He loved playing the game. And he took to me at a really young age, and I didn't know it then, but he kept on saying, he's like, never change your swing. Keep it everything, you've got the bones there. We just need to build around it. And he bought me my first set of clubs, and I can remember going to play golf. Me and him and my dad went and played so many rounds together.
That's awesome.
And so, I wish I'd given it more time. I've got a nephew right now who's grinding, and he's about to quit basketball and just solely focus on golf. And
that's cool.
And me being my 5'10" stature, I always had a dream of playing for Duke. And I wish somebody told me at 9 years old it was never going to happen, or 16 years old it was never going to happen.
You don't want to hear it as a kid, man.
Right.
You don't want to hear it. You just think everybody's wrong.
That's right. And I played growing up, but I never thought about playing competitive golf until playing basketball. If you didn't play a sport in the spring, you had to run track or run cross country, and I wasn't doing that. So I just tried out for the golf team and made it, and never really practiced. I played in some tournaments and kind of was just down the board a little bit, but I think my love of golf came after I graduated high school, and I stayed in my hometown for a couple of years after just going to community college, and we had a little membership at a country club, and man, I fell in love with the sport then, and went out there every day and just grinding and figuring out what position the club's going to get to the ball and where it's going to go and what it does and why it does what it does. And just figuring it out and falling in love with something.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And now we're here, and I'm more obsessed and in love with the game than I've ever been. So.
Yeah, that's me too, man. I quit for years, and now I love it more than I did when I wanted to pursue it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. All right, so what are we thinking here? 116, downhill a touch, probably playing around 110.
I'm going to try to hit the same shot that I just hit on number 7 at Pebble and not fly the screen.
I like it. Got a little island green here. Let's see what you got, man.
Put it in the back of my stance, open up the face a little bit.
I like it. Oh, it sounded crispy. Stay right there. Be the number. Oh, spin.
Come on back.
Yeah.
Whoa, baby.
Juice on it, baby.
All right, I like that one.
That was a good shot.
Thanks, man.
12 foot 9 inches, so we're going to call it 13 feet. All right, man. Reid, I got to know just first thing that comes to your mind, what's your best memory playing golf?
I immediately went to just playing with my dad when I was little.
That's what I figured.
I went to actually I think it's number 7 at our little Muni course in Savannah Country Club. And it's like 190 something yards, and it's the closest. I've almost hit a hole in one closer now, but up until last year, it was the closest I've ever gotten to hitting a hole-in-one, and I was hitting a driver. I was like 8 years old. And I remember, and I played a big cut too, because I didn't know how to bring it from the inside or anything, so I was always over the top. But I hit driver and just burned it like this, and it hit short and rolled up and lipped on that hole, and we were losing it, and went up there, and I actually missed the birdie putt. I remember that too. But that's what, I mean, that took me there. I was able to play Pebble Beach last year with my wife, and she was pregnant with our son, who's now 9 months, and that's always going to be a special round for me. But yeah, man, I mean, playing with my dad, back in the days, that's probably where my
those
mind
are both
would go.
pretty good memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No
It
doubt.
always goes to family, I feel like.
Yeah.
Have you ever played golf with Luke?
I've played sim with Luke. I don't think I've stepped on the course with Luke yet.
Who's gonna take who in that match?
Oh, bro, I got him.
You got him.
I got
Yeah,
him. But he's grinding though.
All right, we got number 17, Royal Liverpool. I don't know if you remember this. This is from the Open Championship this past year.
Yeah, tough.
It's a short hole.
Tough green.
But it is brutal if you miss the green.
Yeah.
So I'll just have you know, this is the Sunday pin. You can see it on the mini map. It's in the very front.
Sick.
If you miss like 6 inches short, it's coming back down the hill, all the way back to that close to that bunker right there.
False front right there.
So definitely don't want to be short. You got 123 playing uphill, maybe a few yards, probably 125, 126.
I got that shot.
What's the club you're going with here? Gap wedge?
50.
50 degree. I like
50
it.
degree.
I like it. Show us something.
Same concept. Back in the stance a little bit. Face open just a tad.
I like it.
Put a good swing on it.
Sounded good. It's tracking.
Quit turning.
Oh, that's tasty right there.
Woo.
Just settle right there. That's tasty. It's a good shot.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. So next hole, Pine Valley, number 10. Pine Valley, I mean, gosh, I've been close to playing it. I've heard so many amazing things. Considered by many to be the greatest course in the world.
That's awesome. I had no clue.
So, number 10, Pine Valley. If you look at the mini map, man, you can see all the bunkers around the green. It is pretty treacherous. Not a real long hole, but pretty treacherous if you miss the green. Before we hit the shot, I got to ask you, how do you think golf compares to what you do as a songwriter?
Man, I think they're both muscles, and I think you have to constantly do both of them. And golf, obviously, if you take a long time off and try to come back and expect to play the same you were playing when you were grinding, it's not going to happen.
Yep.
Just I think writing songs is a lot of the same way. I think, I don't think you have to write every day. I don't think you have to play golf every day, especially at our level. But I just think you have to keep working out that muscle.
Sure.
And just like anything else, if you're hitting the gym or shooting basketball and keeping that that form, even though golf is a physical sport, writing's kind of the same thing. I feel like there's a real correlation there, and just getting in the room and even if you don't feel like going and writing that day, or if you don't feel like going and playing golf, you're going to learn something. And I feel like it's the same way.
Yeah. I would say, that's a very, very good point. I would say the one thing about golf that I love, and I think you'll agree with this, and it goes back to what we were talking about in this town, it's not always talent that wins out, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Ben Stennis, my buddy, good example. Great songwriter. Took him a lot longer than it should have to have his first number one.
Totally.
So that's the thing I do love about golf is if you hit the shot and you make the putt, no one can take that.
No doubt.
No one can stop it.
Yeah.
No one can keep you from earning your spot or winning the tournament or whatever. It's pure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's on you.
It is. It's on you. It's pure, man. It's such a pure game.
Yeah.
I love that about it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What do you think it is about the game? Man, it's so many young artists and songwriters and producers, just people in the business. And the game's exploding anyways, but especially in our business, man. What do you think it is that's pulling all these people into the game?
Oh man, I think it is what it is for me. It's why I don't have to go to therapy. It's a release, man. It's good for the soul. It's outside. It's outdoors. It's breathing fresh air, man. It's when you're playing golf is such a focused sport too, and when you're trying to play at a high level, you have to focus on every shot, and you have to think about what you're looking at. And man, as a songwriter, this never turns off. As a creative, this never turns off. Not even a songwriter, but an artist or whatever creative space, this is always going. And I feel like it's imperative in our careers, and as the people we are, to find something that's a break from that.
Yeah, for sure.
Hunting does that for me. Fishing does that for me. and stepping up on the golf course and going and playing 18 for sure does that for me.
Yeah, dude,
I think all of our buddies, all the guys we write with, a lot of the artists, man, they're all getting into the game, and a lot of guys that play are sticks, man. Like yourself, and there's a few more that I can name that can really play the game and at a really high level. And yeah, man, it's just somewhere you can go to turn that creative off a little bit and focus on, something else.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I think for me too, it's like I have to. I think a lot of our personalities as songwriters, not everybody, but we can be intense about wanting to do something well, and I think you can't always put that into music. And I think for me, it's a good place to go because I can't do anything half speed.
Right.
I got to go hard. I'm too competitive, really.
Yeah.
But golf, it's so hard, and it requires so much of your focus. You can't afford to think about music.
Ain't no doubt.
Because you'll shoot 100.
Yep.
Like you have to focus on what you're doing.
No doubt.
And I love that. It gives me, like you said, an escape and a release. So,
yeah, man.
All right, man. Let's see this shot. 132 downhill, maybe 3.5, 4 yards. You got kind of a tucked left pin. Do you go at the pin? Do you want to aim it a little right? What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go right of it and kind of turn it in there a little bit.
You tell me where you want it.
I like that right there.
Is that good? Right there? All right.
Swinging the same thing. I'm gonna do a 50.
You got the 50 degree?
Put a little bit more on it.
All right. That sounded good. It's drawing.
It's drawing too much.
Don't draw too much. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Sit right there.
Oh, yeah, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. You'll take that. 5 yards, 15 feet. Oh, beautiful, man. Beautiful shot.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. So I got to ask you, I know you're a big hunter. Your brother Dan and you just started a podcast called God's Country, right?
Yeah, man. God's Country. GCP. God's
That's
Country.
Right. I've listened to some of it. It's really cool.
Thanks, man.
Tell us about it. What's going on?
Yeah, man. We got approached a while back by Steven Ranella and Meat Eater. We went with Luke Combs out to New Mexico a few years back and shot a Meat Eater episode that was on Netflix, and we ended up doing Steve's podcast with him and pretty much talked about songwriting the whole time. And Steve's got a huge viewership, huge listenership, and man, they ate it up. Yeah. And so Steve, now I know that Steve at that moment started coming up with an idea of trying to do a music/outdoors hunting podcast.
Yeah.
And he ended up calling Luke just last year and was like, "Hey man, this is kind of what's going on. Who's the guy to host it?" Oh. And Luke was like, "Dude, I can only think of 2 guys."
Yeah.
And he called us and yeah, man, we were excited about the opportunity. We obviously love Ranella and all he's done for, conservation and the outdoors, and us being conservationists and outdoorsmen ourselves and big hunters, man, we jumped at the opportunity. Me and Dan started this brand called The Brothers Hunt a while back, and not knowing where it was going to go or what it was going to do, but now you see how God's kind of intertwined it all and into, really cool. Kind of where we're at now, and really being able to talk to, some of our buddies and some of the biggest artists on the planet, and just hearing, them break their walls down and talk about hunting, and music a little bit, but foundationally what we all love, in the outdoors and how important it is to get outside and get your family out there and do those things. So yeah, man, it's going great. I think we've done like 20 episodes, and it's a partnership between Meat Eater and iHeart podcast, and everybody's happy right now, and
That's awesome.
we're a few months into it and having a blast.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
I love it. That's good stuff. Y'all check it out. Make sure you go listen to God's Country. It's also got video format too, right?
Yeah. It's on the Meat Eater.
That's what I saw. I saw some videos.
It's on the Meat Eater channel on YouTube. Yeah.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah, man.
I love it. So you recently, with your brother, I think as a challenge from a guy named Steve, wrote Big, Huge, Giant Bucks. I was curious, after listening to it, that's probably the highlight of your songwriting career, I would imagine.
Yeah, man, that's the pinnacle.
Yeah.
There ain't no doubt. Like Big, Huge, Giant Buck.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean
yeah. Can't beat that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, how do you outright
I've made
that?
so much money off that.
How do you outright that song? You
You can't.
The royalties are probably just...
Dude, I can't.
They're coming in so fast you can't even...
Dude, I don't even pick $20 bills up off the floor anymore, dude. It's a waste of my time to walk by them.
I love it. All right. We're going to hit a golf shot. We got Coeur d'Alene, number 14. This is such an iconic hole, man. I know you've heard of Coeur d'Alene. Have you ever seen this hole before?
Now that you brought it up, I feel like I have, but it's not even real life, and I'm intimidated already.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know if you see over there to the right, did you notice the boat ramp?
You got to take a boat.
You got to take a boat
Sick.
to get over there. So you hit your shot. You go get on this little motorboat, I think.
Where is this? Where's this?
It's in Idaho, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I got to check it out at some point. I've never been there in person, but
Gosh, I
it
could
looks
hit a million
pretty
balls
freaking
off this.
epic.
This is fun.
Yeah, so we got 154, playing about 151 or so,
Yep.
downhill a few yards.
Yep.
What stick you got?
I'm going to go P wedge right here.
P wedge, okay.
Yep.
We got a tucked front pin here. Let's see what you got, bud.
I'm going to grip down a little bit.
Okay.
Aim a little bit
This
right.
dude's got some speed, so that's why he's able to hit a pitching wedge this far.
Turn in there.
That looks really good if it's the number. Oh,
Come on, baby.
it was deep. Bro, you just crushed that pitching wedge. 150-yard carry. I couldn't do
I'll
that. You
take
give me
that
two
all day
pitching wedges. I don't know
long,
if I could
dude.
get that far. That was hammered. 150 yards, 113 ball speed, nice little draw, 8,300 spin, which is probably more like 86, 87 on the ground. Beautiful shot.
I'll take
23 feet for birdie on the island green at Coeur d'Alene. Heck of a shot, dude. That was pure.
Thanks, dog.
Yeah, you couldn't. I could hit a pitching wedge 40 times, and I don't think I could get it there. That was crushed. Perfect conditions for each one. Okay, and what I mean by perfect conditions is hunting, perfect day, weather's perfect.
Okay.
You know, you see a big buck, the
Yeah.
whole thing. Golf, shoot your record low round.
Bogey
Beautiful
free,
day,
65.
hard
Oh.
course, just beautiful, striking
Pure
it
it all
pure.
day.
It's going right where you're
Center of the
seeing it,
face.
rolling the rock, so
Yeah.
pure. Or a song that you write with great writers. It comes out amazing. Absolutely just the best thing you've written in the last year. Which one are you choosing right now?
Well, the only one I'm getting paid for is the songs.
Yeah, exactly.
If it gets cut and goes to the radio, I'm going to say
that's
song.
the kicker. That's the kicker. We're not saying it gets cut. It's just a great song. And we all know just because you write a great song doesn't mean anything, right? So what are you picking?
Man, I'm going to have to sit in a tree stand, bro.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I'm going to have to sit in a tree stand when it's going to be bow season. It's going to be the first north wind evening, about 4:30, 50 degrees, and I've got a big deer on camera that I'm hunting. There's just nothing like it, man.
Yeah,
There's just nothing like it. I love, obviously playing golf and writing songs, but there's just something about, and it being opening weekend. If it's opening weekend, dude, you can't
There's
touch
nothing
it,
better.
man. There's nothing better. It's just you
feeling
look
is-
forward to it all day.
Yeah.
And it's truly a passion. It's probably the most passionate of anything I am. And sitting there, phones tucked away, just listening to the woods, talking to God, waiting on a deer.
Amen,
Doesn't
brother.
matter if you see him or not. You're just out there and in creation, man. And there's nothing like it.
So I got to ask you too. So you've like I just mentioned a second ago about you hitting this pitching wedge 150. Whew.
Tour speed, baby.
You've got some speed. We've tracked that on here. We've played a lot of golf together. We've been in this room a lot for golf nights. You get some 120 plus kind of speed. What is your longest drive on record that you can remember?
Oof. Man, I don't know. I played in a two-man last year at Franklin Bridge, and they had a track man out there, and I hit one 331. And that was getting on. That was 3 or 4, trying to rip
Just
it.
trying to absolutely.
And I had a 331. And I think it was like 123 ball clubhead speed.
Oh my gosh, dude!
So-
I'll never see that.
That I guess
the
on
rest of my
record,
life.
yeah.
I'll never see that. That's incredible, dude. All right, Reid. So we have one of my favorite holes in golf.
Yeah.
Number 12, Augusta. Such a neat golf hole. Can change a tournament in a heartbeat, and it's like a 9-iron most of the time. Pitching wedge 9-iron, 8-iron maybe at most for these guys.
Wind's always squirrely down.
Yeah,
in the
wind's
corner.
kind of swirling down here in Amen Corner. So we got 162. Before we hit the shot, I want to see, what do you got in the bag? What you hitting?
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna hit a 9-iron on this one, but these are some old TaylorMade Tour Preferred MBs.
Okay, let's go over here and let's see them.
right.
See them in the bag.
Yeah.
See what kind of woods and wedges and putter you got. So we got TaylorMade wedges. Man, TaylorMade's making some great wedges.
Yeah, I got
these
the
days.
MG3s. I think my 60 degrees in MG2.
Love the old blades, man. I mean, you're good
Yeah, the
enough-
old
you're
blade,
good
and I
enough
kind of just
player.
made the jump one day,
Yeah.
and I've been hitting them ever since. And you helped me out with some shafts and kind of got them dialed in, bend them a little bit to where I needed them.
Yeah. These things are sweet, man.
But I might have some copper aged copper 770s coming in the mail. So
those are
we'll
gonna be
those out later.
sick. Sticking TaylorMade, dude. You got TaylorMade through the bag.
First ever fitting was last year, and I went to get my fit on, and he fitted me on some Stealths, and man, I've never hit a driver better or woods better.
Got the Kylie 70X and the 5
and
wood.
Then my guy right here, he provided the. This is a Mitch Rossell special, dude.
Oh, that's right, dude.
This is an old Newport.
That's a great
Newport
putter,
2.
man.
I love it.
Got the Stealth 9 degree.
What do they call this? Oil can?
Yep, oil can finish on that.
Yeah, love that putter.
Carbon putter. Carbon, man, it's my favorite metal. 6X Venice Black, right?
Yeah.
Man, with the speed you've got, that's.
Don't count how many clubs are in there. You know what I'm saying?
You're a little over. Got the Stealth 3 wood. Yeah, man, that's a good setup. I like it. You're playing the Titleist or Bridgestone? What are you playing?
Ball? Man, I've been playing the Pro V1 straight this year, but I just got some left dash X's in. I'm gonna try.
That makes sense for you.
I'm gonna try those out. Try to lower the spin a little bit.
Yeah. For sure. I love it, man. You want to hit this shot on number 12 at Augusta, back right, Sunday pin.
Man,
this is a tough one.
I should probably just swing it and not even think about it. But
lucky for you, there's no wind. We're doing everything with pretty benign. So
part of me says to soften 8-iron in there, but I feel like I'm swinging it pretty good. So I'm just gonna give it 9-iron.
Go ahead and smack a 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack a 9.
I think a 9's good. You got some green to work with at short, but you just can't be too short, obviously.
I'm not gonna try to get too cute with it.
Yeah, I like it.
Try to put it up there.
I think that's the play. Oh, it sounded good. It's drawing on you. Just get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Pure.
Woo! You didn't need the 8, did you?
I sure didn't need the 8.
All right, 10 yards. Got 30 feet. That's not too bad.
I've seen people chip in from there. I'm good.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's that's position A for you. I mean.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. You
call me David Hasselhoff, though.
All right, dude. I got to know. We've seen what's in your bag. You got one distance, one club to hit the shot you got to hit. What's your favorite club? What's the one that you go, man, I'm going to be able to hit this thing?
I mean, I'm gonna go with that 50 degree, or if I need to hit a fairway.
50 degree. I like it.
I feel like if there's a 125 to 130 shot,
okay,
where I've got some stuff riding on it, I need to put it close, and I'm gonna grab that thing and swing at it with 100% confidence.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, that's a club I feel pretty good with as well. That 50 degree. Mine is the 9-iron.
Yeah.
I've had a hole-in-one with it, and I've holed out I think 3 times for
That's
eagle
awesome.
with the 9.
I love a 9 too.
I've had a hole-in-one with an 8, so right there, 8-9. That's apparently that's my sweet spot.
I like this.
Yeah. Another just unbelievable hole here. We've got a Sunday pin, which you got to have on this hole. Number 16 Augusta. Before we hit the shot, I got to know, we've seen what's in the bag. Man, I was noticing those ferrules. Those are really good looking, and those clubs just look like they're built really well. Who put that together for you?
Man, it's this golf nerd that I met in town a while back. That he
hung out on a houseboat the first time you met.
Yeah, it was ate Mexican. Weird eater. No, man, and that's something that I appreciate you kind of digging into my game a little bit. We played around and started playing some golf together, started playing some golf together. And dude, you've helped me with my swing and kind of like made me fall in love with the game even more because you've kind of, I think, taken my confidence in me and my swing to the next level and
thanks, man.
And helped me fit some, because I didn't know about shafts, I didn't know about lie angle, I didn't know about anything like that, and you've kind of taught me that stuff over the past couple years that we've been playing golf. And so yeah, man, dude, you got me swagged out, bro. Logo down, logo down,
logo
dude.
down, baby,
man.
logo down. That's how we do it,
When I played Pebble last year, the caddy grabbed him. He was like, "Hey, you know how I know this guy's a stick?" To the other guys, and they were like, "How?" He was like, "Logo down, baby."
That's right,
and I was
baby. That's right.
Thank God,
right.
Mitch did that.
That's right.
So yeah, man.
Exactly. All right, what you thinking here? We got 174. I've aimed you a little right. You tell me if you want to go more. Obviously, you got the slope there to bring it down.
What do I need to carry?
I mean, the pin is exactly 174. So if you're trying to go pin high, you're going to take probably a couple bounces. I would carry it maybe 170.
Okay.
That way it takes a bounce, releases a little bit, and then comes down the slope, somewhere in that range, 168, 167 to 170. Do you want me to go more right? Stay there? What are you thinking?
Let's go just a tad bit more right. Maybe like the edge of that bump. Yeah, that's perfect right there.
That good right there?
Yep.
All right, let's see what you got. Number 16, Augusta National Sunday pin.
Go in the hole.
Will we see a hole-in-one?
Go in the hole.
From my boy Reid Isbell today? We're about to find out.
Oh, no.
Oh, he missed it.
Oh, I missed
Just carry.
it. Get over the water.
Carry.
That's wet, man.
Carry. Oh, 13 yards.
Missed it.
Well, I mean, at least you missed it close. So you're only, let's see, 13, 26, 39 feet.
Ouch.
That's not too bad. You can hit it on the green and be 39 feet. It's not too bad. All right, Reid. This is a pretty dang cool hole. I've never been here in person. I've heard amazing things. Cabot Cliffs, number 16. As you can see, it gets its name pretty easily up on a huge cliff by the ocean.
Yeah, real original, guys.
That's right. Not a super long hole, but just an intimidating hole. The green's kind of shallow. It's kind of long side to side and a little shallow. Pin is kind of middle back. Got 147 playing downhill. Before you hit this shot, I got to know, this is an incredible course. I don't think either one of us have played this one, but we have gotten to play some cool places. What is your favorite course that you've gotten to play so far?
It had to be Pebble Beach last year.
Yeah, I figured that was
that's iconic, man.
Yeah.
And just the way it happened, we were going to go out there and I was going to try to get on, and then actually I was just looking at other courses because I didn't think there was any way I could get on. But my buddy, who's another songwriter, Ray Fulcher,
Ray.
showed up to write one day, and he was like, y'all are you going out of town next week? I was like, yeah, man, we're going up to Pebble area. I said, yeah. He was like, well, are you gonna play? And I was like, man, I think I can. I'm just gonna play. Like, there's another course called Poor Man's Pebble right across. It's like Harbor or something.
Yeah.
And I was gonna do it, and just because it's so hard to get on, at
it is
Pebble.
tough.
And Ray goes, dude, I know a guy. And I was like, bro, you don't have to use any. He was like, no. He was like, I gotta go to a co-write. It's like 10:30. He's like, I gotta go right now to a co-write, but give me 2 hours and answer your phone when I call you.
That's
and
awesome.
Sure enough, bro, I went up to my co-write, and I didn't even think anything about it, and me and my guy started writing, and dude, about 2.5 hours later, Ray popped up on my phone, and
You're like, hey man, I gotta take this.
yeah, I was like, hang on a second. I was like, I'll answer it, and he was like, bro, you
You're
got
in.
this. You got the 7:30 tea time next
Dude,
Wednesday.
oh.
And I was like, are you kind of getting chill bumps right now thinking about it?
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
dude, and Ray, man, just the nicest guy in the world, man,
is.
and he loved to make that happen for me. And yeah, went out there with my wife and played 18 rounds. I bogeyed the first hole, double bogeyed the par 5 number 2, and then played the rest of. I played it even out and shot 74 out there, and it was round of a lifetime.
It's
man.
nerve-wracking. Anytime you play a course, two things. One is an amazing track or an iconic track. Number 2, that you may not get to play it again.
For sure.
I always put so much pressure on myself to play well.
No doubt.
And I usually play so terrible.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if I could just, but it's hard to let go because you're
Right.
like, again, I may not be able to do this again. So you want to have a good memory golf-wise too,
Yeah, and that round showed me the beauty of what a caddy can do for somebody.
Oh,
and how like they're the brains, you're the muscle, dude.
Yeah.
All you got to worry about is just hitting the center of the
hit
club
the
face.
shot.
Yeah,
Just
man.
hit the
Aim
shot
where they
well.
say to, and hit the ball well.
That's a good point, man.
And yeah, he helped me shoot the. Dude, it was a round of a lifetime. I'll never forget it.
That's epic, man. All right, dude. Let's hit this shot. 147, playing a touchdown hill. I'm going to think maybe 143, 144, 145 is the number.
Yep.
Don't want to go much past that because the pin's in the back. What club you got
Let's
here?
go
Pitch
right
and
of
wedge?
it a little bit. I'm going to go pitch and wedge.
Pitch and wedge, kind of a knockdown.
Just a little knockdown, yeah.
I like
Probably
it.
going to move it right to left just a little bit.
I like it. Let's see it. Show us something magical here. Sounded good.
Turning too
Just
hard.
drawing in there. Stay there. That's going to be good, though. Oh, that's a great shot. That's a really good shot.
I'll take it.
Absolutely, dude. 11.5 feet. All right. That was impressive.
Thanks, man.
Very, very tasty there.
That one felt good.
So this is a golf ball right here, dude.
Jeez.
All right, so we're at Whistling Straits, number 12. And where this pin is, it's a Sunday pin, and let's just say that you can't miss it at all.
Is this where they played the Ryder Cup a few?
Yes.
They play Whistling Straits?
Yes. This is, man,
my
this hole is
goodness.
unbelievable. Like, how do you even get it close? But that's why it's the final hole in the par 3
doubt.
challenge,
No doubt.
which you've done very well with. I got a couple questions left for you. Just curious, we do a golf night here at my house quite often with 8 dudes, 2-man teams. Have you ever won?
I have not.
What do you think's been holding you back?
My partner. No, man. For some reason, when I haven't played. I've got 2 under my belt now, and it takes me a while to get situated. I put a hole in the ceiling with my driver one time. Never thought that was possible.
That was impressive.
And so I'm looking forward to the next one because I feel like I've got it.
You've settled in.
I've played on a sim a lot more now, and I've settled in. So
you're gonna take
I'm coming. I'm coming for that number one spot.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, what are you thinking here? You got 160. It's downhill a few yards. Obviously, you can't go long left or right.
Yeah.
So what's the play here?
I'm gonna step on this pitching wedge.
Wow.
And
okay.
And because I think I'll hit a 9 too far.
Okay.
And I'm gonna aim right of it and try to
sling it in there.
Just sling it in there,
okay,
dude. Just turn this pitching wedge in there.
Let's see it.
On top of the pin, man.
I like it.
Oh, it's got to turn.
Oh, it's turning. Oh, that could be really good if it's the distance. Oh my
Get in there.
gosh, what a shot! What a shot, dude. Wow, 3 feet, man. Are you kidding me? Freaking pitching wedge from 160 to that can't be more than 5 yards wide. That
Carried it
little
150
alley.
out. Like
That's one of the best
man.
shots I've ever seen on this thing. That was unbelievable.
That one felt
Reid Isbell, everybody. 3 freaking feet on the hardest hole in the entire challenge. That was unreal, dude.
I thought I slung it out too far right.
No, man, I knew it was drawn in perfect. I just didn't know if it was going to be enough. A pitching wedge, dude, you killed that. How far did you carry that thing? 156 carry. Look at how much draw he has on this thing and still spun at 9,000 revs, dude. That's insane. That is insane. 156 yards. I can barely hit a 9-iron 156 yards if I crush it. That's impressive. All right, man.
Set me up, dude.
That was unbelievable. What a way to end the par 3 challenge. I got one question left for you. It's a real easy one. You do music for a living.
Yeah.
You're on the golf course. You want music or no music?
Depends on the day, but usually no music.
I feel like that's going to be the popular answer. That's how I feel too.
Yeah.
We do it all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
man, and if and more now because I'm really trying to work on my game and trying to focus on the shot and get better every time I'm out there. But yeah, man, it's like I said earlier. We do music so much and we're so consumed with it and think about it, make it, create it all the time. You know, there's a lot of days that even when I'm driving in my truck, I'll just roll the windows down and no radio, just silence, man. Just let the brain breathe, man.
Yeah,
and
I'm the same way.
Golf does that for me, and so 9 times out of 10, there's that one time out of 10 where
with your buddies,
dude,
may have a few beverages.
Throw on some old rock, throw on some rap. You know, let's have a good time, drink a couple adult beverages. But most of the time, dude, I want to be out there by myself and just figuring it out.
You're like me with somebody, you're in the car with somebody, like, man, you mind if I play music? Of course I'm not going to be like, no, you play your music. But yes, it's like I'm out there to turn my brain off of that.
Same.
So then I hear these songs and I start thinking about, man, I need to get that song. And I need to do
I wonder
and I'm like, man, that ain't why I'm here. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
It's just, I'm the same way, man.
No doubt.
You just hit your last shot on the par 3. We have my buddy Stan Sayers, teaching instructor out at Colorado Golf Club. He's been looking at your golf swing. I sent him a face on and a down the line when you were warming up. He's got a tip for you. Are you ready to hear it?
I'd love to hear it.
Let's see what we got. Let's hope Stan answers right. Stan, what's up, brother?
How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Mr. Stan Sayers, everybody. Colorado Golf Club, great instructor. We got Reid Isbell here. I know you've seen Reid swing. We're going to turn this around so you can see Reid. I know Reid can't see you, but he can hear you.
Hey, before we start, Stan, I just hit it to 3 feet on the hardest par 3 we've had yet. So
dude, whistling straights.
I just turned a beautiful pitching wedge, 160 in there,
number
right
12,
on top of it.
Yeah, he just hit a pitching wedge 156 yards to a back pin, tucked in like a 4-yard wide little neck of the green back there. Unbelievable shot.
Perfect, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him some tips to totally screw that up.
Yeah, at least to begin with, then it's going to make it better. So.
Okay, Reid, I got 3 little ones for you because they're all set up. So one just a little wider with the club that you had. It just looked a little too narrow, like that you didn't have the opportunity to move.
Okay. You're talking about stance-wise, feet.
Width, yeah.
Yes, but stance-wise.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks great. Looks great. Okay, then the second is think of it the easiest way to explain it, since you really can't see me, is that because my right hand is lower than my left, as I grip the club and I put my right hand on, I should reach down, which should provide me a little bit of spine tilt to the right.
Yep.
Like just a few degrees. There you go.
Ooh, I like that.
You were too level.
I feel
Does
that.
that make sense?
Yep.
Yep. And I think that's part of the reason that you have that's part of the reason that you have a two-way miss, because you're probably a little too neutral in numbers. And because I really like your motion, the next piece is, and I'm hoping you can, if this makes sense, so your hip joint is basically behind your heels, and I need that hip joint over the tops of your ankles.
Ooh.
Which is going to make you feel like you're on the balls of your feet. And what I'll do is I'll send Mitch a picture of Nelly Corda, and you'll see it.
Okay.
I'll do that after we're off. And I think if you make those 3 adjustments, I'd really love to see it afterwards, because I want to see the after effects. So just let me know sometime.
Yeah, I'll send you a video, Stan. I'll let him try that.
Okay.
Awesome.
So that's more move. It's not sitting back so much, kind of on.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Just so you can be a little more athletic. Yep.
Love it.
I love the motion. It's awesome. It just needs a little tweaks.
Yeah, he's got a great swing, man.
Appreciate you, Stan. Thanks, man.
Mr. Stan Sayers, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Giving Reid some pearls there. That's great stuff. Love it. Thanks, Stan.
Thank you.
See you, brother. Reid, that's pretty good stuff, man. How you feeling about that advice?
Dude, that's great.
Yeah. It's
This
little,
is gonna
little
take.
stuff.
Yeah, this is gonna take some.
Yeah, don't get up on your toes.
Right.
I don't think it's really just making sure this hip joint is more over your ankle. That looks pretty good to me. Yeah.
All right.
And then the wider stance makes sense.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Small changes, but man, as we know in this game, dude, small changes can be huge.
Dial it in.
Here's Nelly Corda. Here's the thing he was saying. So, see how she's up. I mean, the back of her butt is like at her heels, and her hip joint is over her ankles.
Yep.
Whereas if we look at your video, and we pause it when you're actually set up, you can see your hip joint's kind of more on your heel.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's great stuff from Stan.
Yeah, dude.
We would love to hear a song if you're down.
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
We've been burning both ends, keeping the lights on. So I've been thinking we need a little time alone. So what you say we cancel our plan? Tonight I'm only gonna be your man. Let's get some candles burning, some records turning, all the lights down low. Take it nice and slow. The way your body's moving, keep doing what you're doing to me all night long. Writing our love song. Girl, I want it, gotta have it. Let the passion take us to a higher place. Making that kind of love we made, yeah.